Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson, Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity. Tonight we're talking about stop blaming the outside world for anything. And I'm going to do an expansion on this on next Monday. The outside world is a tour guide taking us to events, encounters, and experiences to expand us out of yesterday and to awaken our inborn talents. But we get so caught up in blaming the outside world, and then we get into revenge thinking that we taught ourselves, and we've been taught this since the beginning of time. If somebody does something to me, I'm going to get even. But here's something I expanded into. Once that event occurs and that event is over, it's your subconscious representation now to expand out of it. And that's what I really opened up to. To expand out of it, I have to stop blaming the outside world and ask, why am I apprehensive about this? Where's the wisdom? A whole bunch of questions that are open-ended to take me forward. Never set a boundary. Because as soon as you set that boundary, you embed more fears. And whatever disgraces you today is going to be despised tomorrow. So when you embrace your life, you dissolve disgrace down the road. So as you open up your eyes to understand, present moment is all you have. And you experience that, and something I learned, opened up to today, you face today's challenges with intuition, imagination, innovation, you expand out of it. It's our thinking, knowing, memory, mind that takes us into the bind. So unbind the mind, unwind the divine daredevilry within yourself. Here's the thing about the world. We've been taught when outside events happen, it's forever. It's temporary. And the sooner you address it within you, confess all the crap to yourself, and then bless it to the world and express the wisdom you attain to it. Well, we'll never ever go forward with revenge thinking. And look at the world today. That's all revenge thinking, a lot of it. We've been taught to get even. You know, we've never been taught to communicate our differences away. We've been taught by history to have a war, and I was really bad. Revenge thinking was instant for me. And that was the biggest deception of my life. And most people never understand that their intuition is their forward path. I've really been opening up to intuition, but everything you think and know is a subconscious representation from prehistoric times almost to present moment. And that is when then we start the blame and shame game. We blame the outside world feeling the shame. When you address and face that right here, you stop the blame shame game and open up to your bold, lively audacity, majestically expanding through life. And see, we've been taught to try to fix the outside world, write letters, forgiveness letters, and do all that. It's internal. Everything to expand out of the past is internal. And you have to open up to do that. And it's called the shed and thread method. And what you do is you get a picture and write everything on it that's shedding it. Then you walk over to the shredder in a store someplace and you shred it. That gives you the liberation of saying, flip of a jig, be gone. And see, that's the thing. We're never willing to let go because we've been taught if it happened, it's mine. I have to hold on to it forever. Who's been like that? Pick me, I was. But today I opened up to understand the outside world is innocent. All that is my spirit, sovereignty, and love in the universe guide me on a trail of a path of enlightenment, sweetening up my internal savvy to expand out of it. Everything that occurs occurs for me to expand. Everything that occurs for you to expand. And see, there is 0 books out there that can teach you about your intuition. You discover the intuition from within you to expand. And when you have blame liberation and shame emancipation, you stop living in somebody else's life. And see, the more I got into self-help, personal growth, and self-improvement, the more I realized I was in the viewpoints of somebody else's limitations. Everything you think and know is a limitation. We think and know our way to yesterday. Then we blame something when it doesn't go along. Then we find somebody to imitate, and then we intimidate ourselves into being hurt up, into followocracy, stepping in turdocracy, and never get out of the torment of ourselves. When you get to the blame liberation, you open up the stimulation of your self-worth. Well, it's really your sovereign, trend-setting imagination, magically ascending, loving, unlimited, trend-setting innovations, opening now. All you have is right now. So if you address it and face it and do everything and embrace it in the present moment, you move yourself forward. It's liberation. Liberation is present moment sovereignty. And something else I've really expanded into is love, spirit, and sovereignty are equal. And everybody's love, spirit, and sovereign is equal. You can't think and know spirit, sovereignty, and love. You can't think and know love. That's a free-flowing energy within yourself to expand. And see, that's all life is a free-flowing energy of energized nirvana within ourselves. Think and know is something we were taught from outside sources. And if you look at the world, everything the world is doing is what somebody else taught us to do. We're just playing the sheepolocracy, the followerocracy, the herdocracy, stepping in their turdocracy. Everything the world knows today pretty much is what somebody else has already wants us to know and how they want us to act. When you feel the liberating lubricants of your sovereign savvy, you expand out of life. You let go of the word self and use the word sovereign, you're going to feel a powerful energy go through yourself. And the more you stop thinking and knowing and say and feel and witness the free-flowing energy within you, the more liberated you come. We've been educated to think and know. And we think and know all the way to yesterday. And we think and know what everybody taught us. And no matter however you say it, the foundation of everything you think and know is from somebody else. It may not be here present moment. So when you can get into the pure liberation of your own intuition, imagination, inspiration. And by the way, inspiration is bringing in the spirit. That is your individuality. Your intuition, your imagination, inspiration, innovation, and your unique talents are your individuality. And that dispels all the stuff you're trying to do from the outside world. This is about opening your eyes to your inner whys, to waltz internally, seeing every day as a heavenly heyday. You know, you can never imagine anything in a bad light. You imagine everything in the white light of liberation, imagination, galvanizing hellraiser tenacity. But you can think and know despair, complaining, and everything society taught you. Because we taught ourselves to say everything is wrong. And everybody in every school class I ever went to, the teacher always pointed out to you what's wrong. And if you go to a psychiatrist and all this, they're telling you what's wrong with you, never about discovering your talents. And that is something I really opened up to. So when you open up to blame liberation, you liberate you from you, setting yourself free from outside sources. Now, I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. And hypnoacuity is the quiets, the thinking memory mind, open you up to your divine. My website is mycowboywisdom.com. My email is robert@mycowboywisdom.com. Phone number 702-755-9410. And I do offer a free 1-hour consultation. It's on my website. And we can have a conversation to see whether we want to work together or not. Or let me change out. Never work with anybody. We'll share wisdom and see if we can expand each other. I want to say thank you and good night.